create all the imaginable situations and try to destroy everything in nature. There is a tremendous balance in nature. Our idea of harmony is born out of our very crude thinking.
Yes, we have the feeling that we have to fight nature, and we are nature too, so we are fighting ourselves.
We are fighting ourselves.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So it's a contradiction.
It's a contradiction. That's the neurotic state that is created by culture. So there is no use blaming the culture. No, I'm not blaming the culture. If you destroy one culture, you replace with another culture. That's the human history.
The body needs culture.
The body does not need culture. No. No.
If I put a kid in an island where there's nothing, no other people.
It is your fear. They will probably find out some way of thriving in that environment. We don't know. It is our fear that we are projecting on them.
No, but say will take the culture of that environment.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I bring it in the nest of a wolf, it will become a wolf.
It will become part of that environment there, but it is our fear. You see, that is responsible for the problems we create for the children. They also, in a way, want to be accepted by us. It's not a one way.
No.
It is two ways.
And children believe everything immediately.
No, I don't think so. They question.
They question?
They question. They are frightened to disagree with us, to argue with us, to fight. You see, what you put in them is fear. The fear is all that is there. You do not want the fear to come to you. The fear is not something abstract. The fear is something living there. You don't want to look at that fear. You have no way of looking at that. The only way you can deal with the fear is how to be free from fear. That's all that we are told. All the therapies, all the techniques that are offered to us is how to deal with something that you cannot deal with. It's something living there. So all these houses are dead houses, created, born out of the imagination. So we have no way of dealing with that at all.
No, and all our institutions are based on fear. The police, bank, insurance, everything is based on fear.
The status quo, everything, even the whole legal structure. So the whole fear is born out of the situation we find ourselves when we separated ourselves from the rest of life around us. In that fear, you see, we created God, we created so many things. The whole thing came out of that.
And do you have a definition for fear?
What is the point in defining?
I don't know, I should ask.
That is something which you cannot touch, you cannot see, you cannot experience that at all. If you leave that fear alone, that it will burn what you are trying to free yourself from.
Say that again?
You see, if you leave that alone, it will burn the whole instrument that you are using to free yourself from fear.
If you accept it?
No, accept is not the word. If you
support
accept it? None of those words fit into the situation.
You leave it alone.
Leaving it alone is through some attempt of yours to leave it alone.
Yeah, right.
We are playing all the time these tricks with us, ourselves. We are experts, past masters in this game.
Yes.
We enjoy that game.
So we create problems and then we, with the same mind, we try to undo the problems. Yeah.
So if you don't have a problem, you don't feel that you are living.
Yeah.
You have to have a problem. And your attempt to solve the problem makes you feel that you are living.
Yeah, right.
That's all that we are interested in.
So it's a kind of restriction that creates growth?
No, I'm not with you.
No, I don't know.
What is that word again? I'm not with you.
If like say a problem is a kind of, we feel it as a kind of restriction.
Actually, there is no problem there.
No, of course not.
Actually, there is no problem. There is a mechanical problem. Something is wrong. See with that light there. There is an expert who has, through repeated attempts, discovered how to repair that.
Yeah.
So this is something living.
Yeah.
So those techniques cannot help us to solve something living because this will destroy that. All the techniques we have evolved to solve these living problems. These problems are living. The techniques are dead techniques born out of the thinking of somebody. Anything that is born out of thought is destructive. It is trying to protect itself. It is interested only in status quo, maintaining its status quo.
So what is intuition?
Intuition is a tricky word. It's nothing but a sensitized thought. You see, it makes you feel that can understand the problems. It is an ingenious invention of thought. And to create a word like insight, that intuition, but actually intuition is nothing but a sensitized thought. You know, it's a very...
And the same feeling is also an idea.
The thought, you see. So unless you tell yourself that you are happy, you have no way of knowing that you are happy.
No.
Or you are angry, you see. You have no way of discovering that for yourself unless you tell yourself that you are angry.
But you can give, by believing it yourself, the illusion that you feel good.
That is an illusion, but see, you are not ready to free yourself from that illusion. See, we are all trying to free ourselves from illusion, but you replace one illusion with another illusion. That's all that we can do. We do not want the illusion to come to an end. If the illusion comes to an end, or the belief structure that we have created comes to an end, you come to an end. That is the only death, there is no other death. What happens after that, what is left, is not your concern. It is the concern of others. It is their problem, not your problem anymore. Isn't that enough? That's enough. How long have we?
I don't know.
Half an hour. I will say the same thing again and again and again.
Yeah, sure.
That's all.
But that's what our mind is doing anyway. We say the same thoughts process. Every day, again and again and again.
Every day. The same thing. That's the only way it can survive and maintain its continuity.
It's like a broken record in a way.
Yes, a stuck needle.
Stuck needle.
Repeats itself. That's all that we are interested in. We want to hear this. Hear the same tune again and again and again.
Yeah. But they discovered that for story writing there's only 36 plots.
Even that is doubtful. You are a storyteller and you have exhausted all the 36.
Oh yes.
And you have to start all over again. But you will have a different audience.
Oh yeah, sure.
Different age children.
But I think with television too, people have seen everything already so many times and to see it again and again and again.
They also want to see the same thing again and again. That is how all these musicians thrive, because you want to listen to the music over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's a repetitive process that it is all interested in. Otherwise, anything new there is a threat. It takes time. See, in any field, in the field of science, in the field of music, in the field of art, it's not so easy for those people who are caught up in this classical music to enjoy the pop and rock music of today. You see, they blame these children. They say, your tastes are very vulgar, they say, but the moment you see this comes on television, I have a friend who is steeped in this classical music. He turns off the television.
Yes.
Why the hell does he do it, I ask him. You see, that's also music. He just cannot take that music.
No.
And why do you expect those children who are interested in rock music, pop music, to bother about the classical music? These are all cultivated tastes.
Yeah. So if you don't have the taste for it, or you don't have the idea for it, if you never heard of it, and it might be there, but you cannot see it.
No,
nothing there.
Such a situation does not exist at all. Either you are familiar with this, or you have cultivated a taste in the Western music, or the Eastern music, or pop music, or rock music. The problem with the modern electronics is that you are not satisfied with the 2 microphones, 4, 8, 16, probably very soon we will have 32.
It's already 48.
48, so it's more than your story plots. That is something. So you have to have the same titillation there, you see, otherwise you don't feel. That's music, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun, that's life. C'est la vie.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong, I'm not saying anything.
So,
but we feel superior because our tastes are very refined.
Yeah.
And you know, those boys who listen to this rock music, pop music, it's all sexy, it is this, that and the other. But I don't see any difference between what is rock music. Music is music, you know. Like food, you know, all our tastes are cultivated tastes. So one man's, I cannot say this is an age where feminists are fighting for their rights. The languages also, you see, is very strange, you know.
But then if you believe that
mankind, you say, but what about half the population don't seem to have any role to play in this world?
Yeah.
The language structure is so absurd. Mankind, you say, you always refer to man as if the other half does not exist. They have every right to fight for their rights. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that one man's food is another man's poison. See, that's it. I'm just quoting in the proverb. One man's taste is another man's taste. Is different, So there it is. But trying to find out the common factor is very difficult.
So, but the belief...
we always force others to accept our
belief.
thinking, our beliefs, our ideas. You can believe what you like. The moment you try to impose your belief on your neighbor, you are creating a war there.
Right.
You can believe in what you like, but you use that as an instrument of destruction. Force it on others.
On others, yes.
That's what we do. That's what religions have done. In the name of love thy neighbor as thyself, we have killed more people than all the recent wars put together. How can we justify that? We use God as an instrument of destruction. We use love as an instrument of destruction. Brotherhood as an instrument of destruction. So that's all that we are interested in, imposing our ideas on others. And what is the conversation between two individuals? You'll be surprised. You are, through logic, through rationality, through every instrument you have at your disposal. If everything fails, you play the last card. If you loved me, you would not do this. These are all parenthetical clauses. The conversation between two individuals is to make the other person to do the things exactly the way you want them.
You want them to.
Otherwise, the whole conversation comes to an end.
Yeah.
Some people go to a movie when they come home. I ask them, "How is the movie?" Just a question, you see. Instead of telling me it is good or bad, I will be satisfied if they said only bad or good. But they go on and on and on for 15 to 20 minutes to tell me why the film was bad, and compare that film with all the other films which they have seen before or which they are going to see. That's all the conversation. So if you are a past master in that kind of a game, you are considered to be a great conversationalist.
Yeah.
Or you descend to the level of salon de thé or coffee table conversation, or what is the other phrase we have?
Cocktail lounge.
Cocktail
lounge.
Yes. You talk about the food you eat and your taste and the clothes you wear, where you bought this. I'm not cynical, I'm just pointing out.
No, it's mostly talking about problems, actually.
Yes, that's all. And your taste, how refined your tastes are and how bad my tastes are. That's all the conversation. Everybody is trying to educate everybody. You will be surprised that we can learn a lot from children than from all the secular and spiritual teachers put together in this world. Because it's life speaking to us.
Yes.
We are not intelligent enough to understand what they are trying to teach us.
Yeah.
We think that we know a lot. We have got to learn a lot from those children. They will teach us a lot.
Yeah. It's true.
The problem is that we cannot deal with them. They are too much for us. The energy they have, tremendous energy they have. We don't have energy to deal with those children. It is a tremendous problem. I don't have any easy answers for that. I'm not a teacher. I'm not an educationist. I'm just pointing out that I have learned much more from a child than from all the spiritual and secular teachers